All right, today we are going to do square pyramids, and we're going to do the surface area of square pyramids. A square pyramid looks like this. It is a pyramid because the faces are triangles. So all of the faces are triangles. It has only one base, which is a square. So that is why it is called a square pyramid, because it's named after the base. And it is a pyramid again because it only has one base. All right, so we're going to find the surface area of this. Now there's two different ways to open up the net of a square pyramid. One of the ways is the square with all of the triangles attached like this. Now I want you to notice that there are four triangles, 1, 2, 3, 4, because the base has four sides. All of the bases of my triangles I colored green because they are all going to be the same size as the square because they all touch the square. See, when we close it, they all touch the square, and that's what creates my P. So that's one way to open up that net. The other way is like this, which is going to be our first example. And these all fold up, but you can see that they all share a base with the square. So our first example is going to be this pyramid. Now this is usually what the test question will look like. It'll have your base of 6 and 6, and the reason that we know it's a square is because the base and the height are the same, 6 and 6. And then it'll tell you the height of the pyramid, and we know that it is a height because of the right angle. And I want you to notice that inside is also a height, and that is going to be the same because the height of the pyramid is the same height as the triangle. So we are going to notice the right angle, that is the height of the triangle, and it is 14. So the first thing that I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to have you draw me your net so that you can follow along. So the way that you're going to draw the net is like this. And this is the net that you're going to draw. So you're going to draw a square and 4 triangles. You're going to label the square as 6 on each side, which means that the base of my triangle is also 6. And you're going to label the height as 14. Now, you're going to also break up your pieces like this for your work. And you're going to make sure that you have a triangle with half base times height, because a triangle has half base times height. And you're going to have a square, which is just base times height, because it is a square, which is a parallelogram. Now, how many triangles do I have? I have 4. So I am going to be finding the area of 4 triangles. And how many squares do I have? I have 1, so I'm going to find the area of 1 square. So let's do that. So we're going to write area equals base times height for our square. Let's do the easy one first. And we're going to say that that is 6 times 6, because my square is 6 by 6. And we're going to find that that area is 36. So again, your work should be neat. You should have the formula, fill it in, and the answer. Same thing for the triangle. Formula, fill it in, and the answer. Now, a lot of people, and I can tell by your assessments, you're still forgetting to use that half. You write it down, you just forget to use it. So please make sure that you write it down and use it. So half, and then the base and the height of the triangle. So let's look at our net again. And our base of our triangle is 6 because it's sharing this line right here. So this is 6 also. And our height is 14. Now, if you don't draw the net, you're just going to be looking at your picture, which is the base of the triangle is 6 and the height is 14. So you're going to fill that in. So the base is 6 and the height is 14. So it's half times 6 times 14. Now again, you can do this in any order that you want. You can do 6 times 14 and then divide it by 2. Or you could do half of 6, which is 3, and then do 14 times 3. Or 14 is also easy enough to take half of. So what I want to do is I want to do half of 14 because I think that 6 times 7 is the easiest math to do. I could have done half of 6, which is 3, and 3 times 14, but I want to do the easiest math. So I did half of 14, which is 7, and I brought down my 6. So that's going to be 42. And again, I'm making sure that I have my formula filled in, my next step with my work, and my answer. Now I'm not done, and I cannot add 42 and 36 yet, because even though I do only have one square, I do not only have one triangle. Now, just by looking at this picture, you might think that there are only 3 triangles. And I want you to be careful. This is a square. A square has 4 sides. The base decides how many faces I will have. So because of the square has 4 sides, I will have 4 triangles, which we see with our net. So I need to multiply the area of the triangle, which we just were told is 42, by 4. So we're going to take this 42 and times it by 4. And when we multiply it, we get 168. And now we can take this 168 and this 36 and add them together for our final answer. Because this is the area of my triangle, that's the area of my square. Triangles. So 168 plus 36. And that's going to be 204. And again, remember, that's not your final answer. We are working in, actually, this one says it different. I printed this and I changed the number. So we're going to go off the original one. It's feet. So it's going to be feet squared because it's flat. So 204 feet squared is my surface area. So that is my final answer. All right, make sure that your work looks like mine.